Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of our Buffalo Bills podcast. Today, we will be discussing the Bills' win against the Patriots, 27-21. Now, I'd like to welcome my friend Adrian.
Hello, everyone.
Good. Okay. um, Adrian,
Yeah.
Josh Allen in this game, 15 for 30, 169 yards. Not a great game necessarily, with an interception. How do you rate his performance in this outing?
Pretty average, if I'm being honest with you. Not really much that impressed me. He didn't really seem to get into the game that much. It was really just the defense that had to make the plays for us to get us in good field position because we didn't really have that many great drives for the offensively. Like I just don't think that Josh was really able to get going. He was a little sloppy today, but overall, it was enough to get the win because the Patriots are just like
They're
I don't even know what to
asinine.
say.
I agree.
They're
Yeah.
asinine, yeah. And yeah, but I can't really complain because we won the game. But I will say that Josh is gonna have to step it up next game versus Miami. What do you think?
Yeah, to be frank, I don't really care about his performance this game just solely due to the fact that it's the loser Patriots. His QBR was 19.8, so it was a bad game. I would rate this far below average. James Cook, on the other hand, had 16 carries only with 48 yards, not good enough. And Stephon Diggs went four receiving with 26 total yards. So again, not good enough. But I don't really care because it's the Patriots, so whatever. Now, Dalton Kincaid, on the other hand, had four receivings with 87 yards. How do you, just based on that, does this performance give you confidence, or because it's an asinine team, do you not really care about it?
Um, I would say that it's encouraging that we're getting him involved finally because I feel like we haven't really been taking advantage of a very young, bright talent. And yeah, honestly, I think this might be a sign that we should be using Kincaid more because some of our other receivers aren't really stepping up. And if Kincaid shows that he's able to make plays in games, I don't care how bad the team is. Yeah, I think that it shows that we can rely on him maybe more than some of the other guys. Yeah.
Okay, now give me an idea. How do you view Stephon Diggs going in to week 18 and then the playoffs?
Like how big is he gonna be? Or
How,
something
like, based on just his past performances, do you view him, do you not trust him, or do you think you still trust him despite all these below average and at times terrible performances?
I mean, well, he's still our number one receiver. I think that we still have to remember that. But yeah, overall, I don't think that his past performances have given me too much confidence to think that he's going to show up. He doesn't really show up too well in big games. He thrives against bad teams. So that means he's going to go off against the Dolphins because okay, well, never mind. Well, he always tends to play well against Miami anyways, but I think that these past performances, even today, it shows that he's gonna have to play better. I've been saying it for weeks. I I think as a number one wide receiver for a team that's looking to make a Super Bowl run, I think he's gonna need to do more, especially in this game. It's now or never. If he doesn't show me something in this Miami game, then I'm gonna lose faith in for the postseason. I don't think he's gonna do well.
Hmm. To be frank, I think I'd have to agree with you just solely due to the fact that he's been a below average player for this team for the last, over 6 weeks. And moreover, I think in a way it's good because teams will still view him as a threat, despite the fact that he hasn't been playing well. So now it gives other guys a chance to maybe Allen will target other guys more solely due to the fact that Diggs has not played well. Um I feel good about this offense overall going into the postseason, considering we still put up 27 points, and I know the Patriots are asinines, but considering basically no one played well except for Kincaid, I think it was good enough. So I'll that's what I'll say. And how do you rate the defense in this game? They allowed 21 points to the loser Patriots. Do you view that as bad or no?
I mean, well, the first half, I think we had a very good first half. See, our first touchdown was a kick return touchdown, which is special teams, but still, there's some defensive guys there that should make better tackles. But I think after that, in the first half, three turnovers, I think, on Bailey Zappi, like a pick six. Douglas was like excellent, and yeah, some like late touchdowns at the end. Maybe we can clean that up, but I think overall, I'm pretty happy with the overall performance, especially because of the turnovers, because turnovers are big, and we were able to like pick off Bailey Zappi a bunch of times. So overall, that's solid defensive performance.
To be frank, I expected more of a blowout, honestly. I mean, 21 points to the Patriots is it's not good enough, honestly. However, it's the Patriots, and this was a trap game, in my opinion, so I'll just move past it. Now, you want to know what was unacceptable? How could they allow a return for a touchdown on the first thing of the game? How? How? How?
Yeah, yeah,
Unbelievable. What are they going to do?
terrible.
Are you going to let the Chiefs do that in the fucking in the playoffs? And Bailey Zappi had more goddamn yards than Joshua Allen. But whatever. I'll move past it. Now let's do a standings check. Right now, your Buffalo Bills are one game behind the Dolphins. And right now, we possess in the AFC the sixth seed, right behind Cleveland. Right now, how do you like? Do you think it's almost a guarantee that we make the playoffs, or do you not like? Do you still like feel a little worried? Because the
Um,
Colts are the 8th seed 9-7, as are the Houston Texans in the 9th seed 9-7. So things are very close, obviously.
so it does concern me a little bit because it means that we put ourselves in a position where if we lose to Miami, there's a chance that we can miss the playoffs. So that it's basically a swing where if we win the game, we're the two seed, and if we lose, we could be out, which is like
Okay.
crazy. But what?
Yeah, to be honest, I don't think we're not losing to Mike McFardle, but if we do, then yeah, we're not. I think the Miami game is a must win because if we get the division, we automatically clinch the 2 seed if I'm not mistaken.
Hmm.
And moreover, if we win the division, guess who we play first round of the playoffs? It's Pittsburgh or it's the Steelers. It's Kenny Pickett or the Colts. So yeah, I really want them to get the 2 seed here. I don't want to go in as a wild card, but we'll discuss this Dolphins game on the post game coming soon. Okay, now let's just go around the NFL. Whom, as of week 17, the conclusion of it, whom do you view as the biggest threats to the Bills in the playoffs?
I mean, I have to say the Ravens. Does that like, am I allowed to say the Ravens? Like, I mean,
I mean, if you want to, yeah, go ahead. Odell
okay,
Beckham cooked.
okay, yeah. Yeah, the Ravens are the scariest team for the playoffs for me because mainly because not because that they're like some super team, but mainly the other teams around them in the AFC playoffs, I just don't see as big of a threat. The Ravens this year are the only genuine like team that other than the Bills that can like make a Super Bowl run. So other than that, like the usual teams that are at the top of the AFC this year, like the Chiefs, who are not good, the
Cooked because
Bengals,
of Taylor Swift. Yeah.
yeah, okay, and the Bengals because Burrow's injured, and so mainly it's the Ravens' year. Like if they want to win the Super Bowl, this is gonna have to be their year. I think
So
that
what
they're
you're
gonna be
essentially
scary.
saying, so what you're
Yeah,
essentially saying, if I'm not
we're
mistaken, is that the AFC is essentially wide open, in your opinion?
pretty much, yeah. Because if the Ravens are the best team, then like, why can't we just go all the way? If we
Yeah, to
get
be to
in,
be frank, this
yeah.
is what I'll say. To be frank, Houston, there are 9 teams right now who all have a chance to make the playoffs and are fighting. Houston, I think they're asinine. Indianapolis, asinine. Kenny Pickett and the Steelers, asinine. Small hands, but we're good. Cleveland, doesn't scare me. Jacksonville scares me a little. Kansas City scares me a little just because of past performances against them. Um, Miami's losers and Baltimore. I mean, Lamar's Lamar. So I don't know. I don't scare him. I'm not scared of him too much, but I agree that they are the biggest threat. Now, just let's say we make the Super Bowl here. You're scared of the 49ers, I would presume. Is that
Yes.
correct? Whom else?
Yes.
Whom else?
No one else, actually. Yeah, the NFC is also weak. Dallas, like we've proven that we can like
Yeah,
destroy them.
Dallas
Yeah,
is
Dallas are
overrated.
bumps.
Yeah.
Same with Philly. Philly are terrible. Philly are terrible.
Okay,
Uh,
Philly is terrible, not R, but yeah.
Philly, yeah, Philly. The Philadelphia Eagles are a terrible football team,
Yeah, they're
Jacob.
asinine. I agree. I think you
Yeah,
want to know something? Jalen Hurts is overrated, honestly.
yeah,
Um,
everyone's over.
and
Yeah,
then yeah. After San Francisco, Dallas, Philly, and Detroit, every other team in the playoffs stinks. Now, you want to know something? Those Detroit Lions, they're a big threat. I really think they're a big threat. I think we might see them in the Super Bowl.
no, Jacob, the Detroit Lions. I hope you know that that's what you're saying.
Yeah, Jared Goff, the great Jared Goff. They scare me a lot, to be frank, and I'll admit that the 49ers do scare me a lot as well. But honestly, frankly, utterly, I like our path to the playoffs. And into the Super Bowl. I think we're going to beat the Dolphins, and I think there's a great chance we see a Bills Lions Super Bowl.
Mhm.
Pardon?
I agree. I agree.
Okay, now just to wrap up this show, we'll do a little bit of around the NFL. Whom do you view as the leading candidate for MVP, and who do you think should win the MVP?
Well, I know who they're gonna give it to. They're gonna give it to Lamar, but if I had to give it to someone, it would be Christian McCaffrey because
Good,
I
good.
I think yeah, we agree on that. I don't think that a running back has had as good of a season as CMC in a long time. And in a year where like there aren't really that many like fantastic performers this year, I think might as well give it to like a historic running back season with McCaffrey. He gets like 2 touchdowns every game. It's like it's kind of crazy. But yeah, definitely he deserves it. Lamar, he's very good, but his numbers
He's a
just don't say
jackass. He's
MVP.
a jackass. He's
Yeah,
not good.
Jacob, talk about Lamar Jackson here.
Yeah.
Take it away.
Listen, if they give Lamar the MVP, oh, he's a jackass. Come on. He's not the MVP. Come on. How you realize his numbers are on par with Dak Prescott. So if you're gonna give Lamar the MVP, then you better give Prescott a chance. He's a run. You want to know what Lamar is? He's a running back. That's why he's gonna win the MVP. He's a running back who. I just
Yeah.
yeah. I'm not scared of him. He's a
Okay.
jackass. Okay. To wrap things up, um, do you let's look at this right now. Do you think if we face the Ravens in let's say the AFC Championship game, do you think we could beat them?
Absolutely, because
Good,
we
good.
are we are definitely a good football team when we want to play football, which is hopefully in the playoffs. We're gonna want to show up and play good games, unlike the last 2 games. But like the Ravens, they have a very good defense. That's something that I haven't really been taking into account. But I think that our defense can definitely slow down Lamar and company. Like we held the Ravens in the 2020 divisional round to 3 points. Like I don't know if you remember that. That's actually crazy. And that defense that year was even worse than this one. So I do have faith that we can definitely slow down the Ravens. And I'm not too
As
worried
do
about them.
I. As do I.
Hmm.
I mean, honestly, you want to know what the Ravens are? They're going to be out in the first round. I really think that's a legitimate chance. I mean, most overrated team I've ever seen. Really, they're gonna. All they do is glaze Lamar. These people. All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening to this edition of our Buffalo Bills podcast. I'd like to thank my friend Adrian. We will see you for the Miami Dolphins pregame.